it's hard to tell where they could possibly go, but I mean, the jailer's supposed to be the final boss of Shadowlands, or so they've said. So,
oh yeah, he doesn't die.
Well, yeah, we don't fight him or anything.
Sylvanas,
yeah, we don't fight him or anything. We fight Sylvanas. God knows what happened to her, or if we have no idea. I imagine we do some serious harm if we get her bow and stuff, but hard to know. The raid bosses have done weirder before. But, I mean, well, no, I suppose Gorehal doesn't count.
Well, there will be a big thing there. It will be whenever it seems Sylvanas is not going to win the fight against us, will Zoval Denathrius her and just be like, well, your part's done. I don't care about you. Take him, Alliance and Horde people. Take her, whatever. Or will the jailer be like, you're my favorite one. Come with me. Who knows? And it's weird because Blizzard always described the relationship between those two characters as they are both allies, not that she is subservient to him, even though it very much feels like she is, it feels like she is kind of like the Nathanos to the jailer, just that, she's not totally thirsting for the jailer, I'd imagine, like Nathanos was for her. And also Nathanos, I mean, he's been thrown into the Shadowlands, right? Because he died. Was that surely not the plan?
Yeah, I believe he said something to that effect as well, I believe, where he's like, I'm going to meet her or something along those lines. I can't remember exactly what. But this is where there's something in the master list that we don't need to bring it up. It's the campaign titles.
Oh! I haven't looked at this.
Yeah, so I have no idea where they are. But one of them is the Unseen Guests, which is something we'll get to a little bit later because we have another tab lined up here. You can probably see it. That's very important. There's the Unseen Guests. Then there's the Power of Night, which is, I think, Chapter 6 or maybe one of the final ones. But Power of Night is one of them. There's, I see Dakros here and looking down.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. So, there's the Power of Night. So I was thinking, like, one of the reasons I looked directly at the Dungeon Journal was to go, where's all the characters? Because if this is Sylvanas' final moment with us, whatever happens to her, or if this is, the end of her arc, then where's all of the characters who are alongside her and the ones that need her for, meaningful progression as characters, which is, Nathanos. If Nathanos needs wrapped up, Sylvanas needs to be in frame in that shot, or it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Or it needs to at least be involved somehow. Tyranda's entire, raison d'etre at the minute is, I'm going to go kill her.
Well, no, she already appears in the Battle for Ardenweald.
Oh, yeah.
So she appears in the Battle for Ardenweald, and Sylvanas kind of like comes down and goes, I'm evil. And then I think Tyrande goes, woo, I'm wearing mascara. And I guess, thwarts Sylvanas' plan, but takes a big hit in the process. So I think... I can't 100% remember, but basically Tyrande seems like incapacitated and everyone else around her is worried because they can't like unnight warrior her. Because she's like, going to lose her marbles or something. So
I would have said Max it didn't play for me in the PTR.
Well, they're not playing for anybody. They're not in yet. I think Blizzard wants to keep those big events like a little bit more close to their chest this time around, which does kind of tell me that they do have major character moments planned, which would make sense. Because if you're resolving Sylvanas, I mean, there's just so many characters need. Yeah,
so that's why I looked at the journal, because like, where's Anduin? Where's Tyrande? Where's Nathanos? I suppose that would mostly be it, I think. But I was like, okay, interesting. They don't seem to be entering the fight. We have Thrall and Jaina with us, so we don't know where everyone else is or what they're getting up to. But Power of Night is one of the chapter titles. I believe this all happens before the raid as well. The point is a campaign and then the raid. Something to that effect, I think. At least the Chains of Domination campaign finishes before the raid happens, right?
Well, we can't actually... No, we can't really... we can't account for that because it's just like how we fought Davos in the dungeon before the campaign actually got to her. So it's going to be really weird how these timelines go. Who knows at this stage?
Yeah, no, something in my head thought that was the plan, but maybe not.
Okay.
But at any rate, like Power of Night, obviously, that's going to be a big Tyrande moment. Obviously, so whoever is involved there, and I can't remember. I'm so annoyed that I can't remember this. Oh, it's working now, sweet. Here we go, yes. Here we go. Thanks, Control F. We have, I'll swap over to you boys there. We have the Unseen Guests, we have the Power of Night, and we have A New Path. I'm not sure what the other ones are, when there's Dak, or maybe he'll fill in any of the others if he's found them. But those are like 3 major interesting things that are going to happen throughout the campaign. The unseen guest, the power of night. So that's where Tyrande will come in. That's where I imagine. I mean, I don't want to say Nathanos will probably be involved in that if they're trying to sort everything out before this. But I also don't see anything in there that would have anything to do with Anduin. So
that is interesting. We don't really know where Anduin is.
Yeah. So
big cinematic, I think, then, or something. There'll be some moment because, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, there'll be. I think are there a couple encrypted models? I think as well. I think I saw the data miners talk about that.
Well, I remember when I was watching, it was the Wowhead team doing their data mining live stream, and they found like an armored up Anduin in-game model. So I imagine he'll be there at some stage. I wouldn't actually, like if we were, it makes sense if a lot of this new Combined Covenant campaign was us dealing with Anduin and stuff.
Doesn't look like it because Dakor's just on the fly giving us the rest of them. Battle for Ardenweald, the Mawwalkers, the Last Sigil, an Army of Bone and Steel, the Unseen Guest, the Power of Night, and a New Path. I think that's all 7.
Oh, it's 7.
Pretty sure there's 7.
Okay.
Is it 7? Maybe 9. Maybe 7, maybe 9.
Yeah,
I think it's 7. But, so obviously there's, Maldraxxus, Draka, probably Thrall in there. The Last Sigil, that's Primus stuff, I think. Or something to that effect. Because that would be when that happens, and then Maldraxxus follow-up makes sense.
Yes, which would mean that I guess then the raid will happen at some stage during this, or perhaps after.
Possibly. So there's Unseen Guest, which we will get to. The Power of Night, Tyrande, a new path, a new purpose for Shadowlands, potentially, or something that's very, very different, or perhaps someone having a change of heart. Something that's what that language kind of speaks to me. But. So
I mean, overall, it basically just means. Like, even though like Korthia seems like a little bit lame as a zone, like it's got cool Dreadlord lore. There's a certain fellow we can talk about quite soon. Yep. And if you look at the raid seems lore-wise basically awesome, basically a bit of a wet dream for many people. I mean, even though there are obviously criticisms of WoW's storytelling, where I think WoW's storytelling does work is whenever it decides to go linear. Right, to take all of the big branching stuff and actually just go linear. So if we get to have a Combined Covenant storyline that is involving all of these major characters, we've got like Tyrande, we've got like the Battle for Ardenweald, Army of Bone and Steel, that sounds cool. Tyrande Night Warrior stuff, some of Anduin. Then we get this raid that has got like this crazy Sylvanas fight, and also we see some of Garrosh, and also there's Ner'zhul there. And then it completely just changes the whole game, right? It's like we're playing a board game, and maybe, the end there, it's like all of our pieces are still there, but they just changed the board to something new. Lore-wise, anyway, it seems like whatever the jailer wants to do is really bloody big.
Yeah.
I mean, Blizzard take inspirations from things, obviously, and there is a little bit of me that wonders, are they thinking of like the Thanos snap from Infinity War, and maybe it's like the jailer actually wins, and that's the cool story they want to do.
That's what everything is currently leading me to believe, because I don't see any out that feels satisfying. If we're fighting Sylvanas and we're chasing him up, I think he almost certainly achieves his next goal. And then we'll have to start from the next step.
I think the tricky thing there is that, if memory serves, I've only seen Infinity War once, with you actually in the movies. Yep. The cinema, the picture house, back in the old times. But I'm pretty sure that movie had, it was like a dual thing of like the Avengers characters as kind of like an ensemble, and then Thanos as like a protagonist. Yeah. I think the one tricky thing Blizzard could have here is, luckily for them, whatever the jailer wants to do is probably more logical than ecology, I guess. So let's just kill half the people. I'm Thanos. Hello, which his motivations I can understand. His plan's just stupid, but whatever. It ended up working for the movies. So then with this, I kind of wonder, are they trying to do that? But because we've not actually seen the jailer's point of view and experienced him as a protagonistic character, it'll be hard for people to understand. that's the only like worry that I've got. But I actually hope the jailer wins and that stuff is big change, because you know what, just a bit of a kick up the arse, you know, an injection of, I don't know, a big snort of cocaine into the state of the Warcraft lore.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. It's like
hopefully that doesn't get it demonetized.
Like when's the last time we really lost anything? I believe some developer in an interview was talking about that recently, or fairly recently.
Oh, okay.
Maybe there is a decent chance I'm making all of this up, but but I'm fairly sure I saw something about the concept of us losing being so difficult to actually get across in a game like that.
Yeah, because all they've been able to do is we've lost by accident.
Yeah.
In that, you know, we do, you know, we stopped the immediate Iron Horde invasion, but whoops, we unleashed Gul'dan.
Yeah.
That's the way that we've lost thus far. So Blizzard actually giving us a true loss that we feel. Yeah,